everybody, it's Miss Wendi again. We've got a short lesson today that I want you to pay close attention to. It's very important. Our lesson today talks about how Jesus takes away all our sin. And our first little prop that we have today is this coin. This coin's going to represent us. How we kind of start out all shiny and new in life. And then before long, our sin nature comes roaring out. And it doesn't take long until we're covered in sin. And what does sin do to us? Well, the worst thing ever, it separates us from God, the very one who created us and loves us. Thankfully, though, God has chosen to love us and wants to be with us, so He made a way to bring us back to Himself. Our candle. This candle represents Jesus. Jesus came to earth to live a life just like us so that He would understand everything that we go through. He would understand all of our experiences and all the feelings that we have. He did one thing very different from us, though. He never sinned. Not once did He disobey God's rules. Not once did He break them. He came into the world and He became our light. And He is still our light today. He is the one that gives us hope. And in our Bible, Romans 6:23, it tells us, again, what sin does to us. It brings us death. It separates us. That is the punishment for sin. And that seems like a very hopeless situation. But the great news is that Jesus came to take our punishment for us. What an awesome gift He has chosen to give us. He chose to go to the cross. He chose to die in our place. He took our punishment. He took all of our sin on Himself so that we would no longer be separated from God. What an amazing Savior we have. Isn't that cool? He took all of it away from us and He took it on Himself. He died so that we could have a choice to turn away from our sin and love Him and surrender or give our lives to Him. Just think about it. He created us, so who could possibly know us better? He created us, so who could possibly have a better plan for our lives? Who could love us more? If you haven't already given your life to Jesus, remember, when He begins to speak to you through His Spirit, through His Word, our Bible, through the lessons that your teacher teaches or the message that our pastor preaches, just remember how much He loves you and just what He did for you. So I have a project for you I want you all to do this week. This glass kind of represents the cross that Jesus took for us and how He took our sin from us. So I want you to work on this week creating a cross out of something. I want you to get creative now. You can be outside, inside. You could bake a cake. You can make it out of a cookie. You could go outside and use rocks. You can use chalk, flowers, you name it. It's up to you how big or how small you want it to be. But I want you to make a cross this week, and then you take your picture with it. And remember, we want you to get creative, and I want you to send it to me or post it or whatever. We want to see what you come up with. And just remember, while you're making that cross, you remember just what that cross means and what it meant when Jesus took that cross on Himself and He took our sin away from us. Love you guys.